Peter Dempsey from Access Communications. Thank you so much for bringing me to your favorite bar, Dempsey's in Fairview.
Gaffney's even.
Gaffney's even. You told me it, and do you think it was the win?
It
Absolutely
was,
not. But
it
we're
was
here
only
anyway.
5 seconds ago. It was only
5 seconds
5 seconds
ago. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. So why are we here, and why is it your favorite bar?
So I'm from East Wall. I'm a North Sider, and since then I have since emigrated to Navan. So I emigrated to Navan about 16 years ago, but back then the day Gaffney's was the pub. So we were going to the Dubs games, it was the pub. If we were going to watch Ireland in Lansdowne Road, it was the pub. If we were in the park playing football, Fairview Park, it was the pub. So it was always the place like that we go. So fantastic pub. It's still there, still operating. And there we go, all its glory.
It
So
looks terribly civilized. And the one thing I noticed, and maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, there is one. When I saw it first, I thought, wow, there's no television. But there is. There's a small one up there.
it was never a thing. Never a thing.
No.
Never a thing back then. Anyway, I'm going back a couple of years. But yeah, anytime I get the chance and back down my mum's in East Wall with the lads, we'd go over there, have a point. So no, fantastic memories, really, especially the Dubs games.
Yeah.
Even now, if you went to a Dubs game now and you were there before the kickoff, an hour before the kickoff, that team will be absolutely black outside, 5 or 6 fold. So fantastic pub, great for the games, and yeah, it still is. So some really, really cool memories.
There's quite a lot of people listening on this that wouldn't be familiar with a term like the dubs.
Yeah, the one and
So,
only, the
so,
Dubs.
so what's that? What's that? What's that? When you refer to the dubs, what are you referring to?
It's a Dublin Gaelic football team, so the most prolific football team in this country for the last God knows when. So nobody else comes anywhere close to the
Oh,
Dubs. We had a little blip for a while, but we're back. So
you need to be careful now, brother, because as you said in your own right, you've emigrated to a different county.
yeah, I did emigrate to Navan, and this is a good one. So my wife would say, so who did the kids support on match day if Dublin was playing mid?
Hmm,
Like, did they support Dublin or did they support mid?
hmm.
I said they support Dublin, but they're living in mid, and two of them were born in Drogheda. No, they're Dubs, and they're always Dubs.
Right?
End the story.
Yeah.
End the story. That's it. That's it. So
Particularly when they're winning. If I was your
absolutely.
child, well, if I was your child, I'd be absolutely full on with my dad. But if they started losing, then
I know you hide. You hide then. You go
I've the
hide.
option. I've the option. It's amazing how many Liverpool soccer supporters come out of the woodwork over the last 5 years, right? Because they're winning. I see them
Yeah.
all over town, all the jerseys, all
Yeah.
the kids, the whole lot. You know, city
Fortunately,
supporters.
fortunately, I'm one of those Liverpool fans as well. So I've been there. I've been there. All the lads, all my sons, all Liverpool fans. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Again,
but
sport it's a fun. You can disagree with someone for 99% of them, and then sport will bring you together.
that's fantastic. Like my pub, I drink in now sometimes in Navan where I am. I love nothing more that when the Dubs are playing down to that bar with my Dublin jersey on and sit in the middle of them all, sit in the middle of them all, and the Dublin are playing. Every single one of them want them to lose, and I love that. I love that. So
But Peter, it's often said, and obviously there's certain tribalisms that exist just because of where you're born. But I'd suggest that it's goodwill banter
that
that
is,
goes on, as distinct to maybe if an Arsenal supporter sat in a Tottenham bar or a Liverpool, that's a different, and I often you forget about that 99.999% of people are like what you're experiencing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the difference. That's the earnestness. People like I deal a lot with people in the UK, and they don't understand this. How can you put 80,000 people into Crow Park and not have any segregation? How does that all work?
Yeah.
And it's all down to that. It's all good-natured banter. That's what it is. And once that game is over, you all go back to the pub and everybody's sitting together, everybody's drinking together, everybody's slagging each other together. and it's all good nature, and that's the way it should be. It never
Yeah,
goes on. I've never had a situation in the Gaelic game, never had a situation in the pub that ever went further. But I tell you, I've been in the UK and I've been at games. I've had my
yeah,
son in games, and it can get quite hostile and nasty. Don't
yeah,
like that. But
yeah.
it's
And
the
that's
Irishness.
and that's a sadness as well, because again, 99% of soccer supporters are like the Irish supporters.
Yeah,
There's always just a small group
yeah.
that get just step over the mark. So you are feeling philosophical, I think, are you?
I am a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I just want to get you in the mood. So give us your favorite quote.
Favorite quote: Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Price is what you pay. Value is what you get.
Ah, Jesus, you're a salesman. There's just no doubt that you're a salesman.
I'm a little bit of a salesman, I think. Yeah, I am a little bit.
And it's not something that you don't just, so obviously you're successful in your work, you're a family man, etc., etc. It's not just business, that quote.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. In anything I do, in my day-to-day life, instilling to the kids when I'm talking to the kids, it's all focused on what the cost is. And I says, now hold on, you have to look at this deeper, So it absolutely, it's one of my favorite quotes, and I do live it. I 100% live it. In
Hmm.
my professional life, with the organizations I've worked for over the last 25 years, were the most expensive all the time. Every single time, most expensive. And, every single time the challenge we have is that, we can buy that for a fraction of the cost. And you get into that whole discussion, whole debate. And that's when it gets really interesting for me.
Yeah,
That's when it gets really, because, it's what's the difference? What's the differentiator between you and him and them? I love that. I love getting really deep into that. I love having the banter, having the discussions, having the debate with people,
yeah,
and just being able to articulate your position. And most of the time, we win. I win.
yeah,
If you do it correctly. But it's so true. It is so true in everything, in all walks of life. That
yeah.
comment.
No, definitely. And what was that? We used to slag off any accountant that we ever had on our team. We used to turn around and we'd say, the price of everything and the value in nothing.
Oh my God,
And it's
so
not
true.
it's not confined to accountants, but I think experience as well, man. I mean, you speak with learn not just given knowledge, but learned experience,
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
and that eventually that's what you can be authentic about.
Yeah,
As distinct to maybe in our younger careers when we're nearly paraphrasing other people's experiences.
yeah.
Um, I think that then you can really back up that type of thing with your own experiences. So you're a productive guy. You're high energy. You're still playing soccer
Trying, trying,
at
trying.
72, which is fantastic. What keeps you productive and motivated?
Um, so I'm very goal orientated. So setting the goals, having, clear routines, and being very organized. Um, I think inspiration is really important as well. So we've got some fantastic people in our organization, certain books that I'd reference as well. I think I think the fitness side of it, because when you talk about staying productive and staying motivated, I think the mental side of it is so important. So if I'm having a stressful day, I'd step out, I'd try and do some form of exercise workout, and when you come back, you ultimately feel better. So my job, I work from a home office, where I am here today in Gaffney's, and it's at times it can be full on that your home office, and you could be sitting in the same place from 8 o'clock in the morning till whenever, because my role has global remits in it as well. So I could be talking to somebody in Singapore or APAC, and it could be 8 o'clock. So it's the routines, it's being able to break things up, so and it's great. The company I work for is fantastic, and work-life balance is a big thing. So it could be a situation 11 o'clock, I get down and do an hour in the gym, and then when you come back, it just it's just so much more clearer in terms of what you need to do. And it's fantastic for me that sort of outlet. But having those goals,
Mhm.
having the routines, I think is really important to me. And yeah, it's a key for motivation. Absolutely, absolutely.
I definitely can empathize with that. I got myself a dog during COVID.
Oh,
Another
don't talk to me about dogs. I have a story about it. Come on,
right.
anyway.
So I decided anyway that, I was having one of my periods of feeling sorry for myself and sure, got myself a new dog, a Labrador. And then it got to the stage where I nearly had to hide because he, at certain times of the day, his head would appear. Come on, come on, we've got to go. And it was great because it was that extra motivation
Yeah,
to go for the walk,
yeah.
come back. And that's why his name is Wilson, actually. Do you remember the
Oh,
ball
yeah, man, the island, the desert island. Yeah, 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 yeah,
castaway, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because he's a great listener, my Labrador as well, by the way. Go on, your story about dogs.
No, I got a COVID dog as well, right? So the kids were a little bit down. I said, look, they're always asking me about getting a dog. So I said, right, I'll surprise them. And first thing about getting a dog, do your research on the dog, right? It's really important. I didn't do that, right? I didn't do that. So I bought this lovely looking beagle, lovely looking dog, little pup. Ah, fantastic.
Gorgeous little floppy ears, the whole.
Ah, brilliant.
Yeah,
Had to go up to, I don't know, where to pick it up, somewhere up north. Man,
yeah,
I don't know where I picked it up on. So brought it back in the car, got sick all over the place. That was a start. But the kids all love the dog and everything else. But I didn't realize that the dog fits into the a hound category.
yeah,
And hounds like to dig. And I was at the planting all this. I spent hundreds in my back garden and all this fantastic stuff. And the elk got out within 2 weeks and basically dug the whole thing up. Everything, everything.
yeah,
And not only that, it just absolutely everything as well.
yeah,
So I think, we're in the first we have a love hate relationship now. And like I'm here all the time and the dog just comes to me. So it's me and the dog in the home office in Gaffney's.
yeah.
Uh
It got me, Jesus. We don't have enough time for this show, but I also have a beagle experience. But I'll
oh,
tell you
dear.
about. But one of the things, and it does go back to how we ended up talking about dogs, is that when I got Wilson, I said I'm going to do the training right. So I went on YouTube and I signed up to this guy and all the rest. And I can't remember the detail, but what he said at the start, which he'll always, he said, if you want to give discipline to a dog, you have to be disciplined yourself.
Yeah,
And
simple.
it's a bit like children, it's a bit like anything. If you want to be that role model or you want to be that person, you got to turn up for them.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
can't do a remote. Stop smoking. Stop drinking. It's and often we forget about these things, Peter. But as a father, I'm sure you can
Oh
resonate.
no, I can relate to that 100%, Carrie. I can relate to that.
So listen, it's been fun and fast and furious. We've been around the block. We've talked about Gaelic football. We've talked about your emigration, your successful emigration, actually.
Navan, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to Navan. And I'm so glad that Axis have become part of Host in Ireland this year for the first time. So you're very welcome. Thank you.
No, thank you, thank you. We look forward to the year
Yeah.
ahead. Really do, really do.
So, and with that, we'll say goodbye and let you go back to your beagle.
Cheers, Gary. Great. Thanks very much. Take care of yourself. Yeah.
Good luck.